Hello, it's today's video. As you can see, I'm outside again. It's my afternoon time out in the garden and it's a beautiful day. Honestly, this is like a really gorgeous sunny day here in the UK, in Kent. And if you didn't know there were other things going on, it's a little bubble, right? There's a space where we can be quiet, we can connect with nature, we can read books. People have been outside in the back garden sunbathing earlier, keeping their distance though, one at a time. And that's been quite strange, and it still is for me. I think we are very connected people. We have a life that's based on interaction. And whether you've had challenging interactions or purely harmonious, we need those interactions to be alive. I grew up on science fiction, and both reading it and watching television and movies, that aspect of the lone settler who's out on the planet, who's out on these missions, that maybe spent 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years by himself, there's always an element where they don't do so well, right? The human being with the robot, it might survive, but is that really good for humanity? And even further than that, we look at the Japanese anime and the ideas about transferring consciousness into a robot, where we lose this, we lose the touch, the taste, the experience of being in one of these forms. Is it the same thing? You might have the same reactions, the same responses, the same logic, the same ethics, but is that actually the same experience? I've come to realize for myself there's more than just the obvious. It isn't just 5 minutes reading a book or 5 minutes in the garden, 5 minutes holding somebody's hand that you care about. There is this quality of life that is very distinct. And as I look ahead to what's really important to me, and what if tomorrow morning they went, right, it's all cured, virus is handled, there are no lockdowns, you can go anywhere you like again, what actually would be my top priorities? And firstly, going to see my mum, spending quality time with them. Because even though we're in the same town, we actually haven't been in the same room, we haven't touched each other, haven't had a handshake or a hug in months now, it seems. So that's probably top of my list. Now on second and third terms, what else is there to do in the world? Well, that's what we're inquiring into, right? We might have our fantasies of, I want to go scuba diving or snorkeling again somewhere warm and sunny. I want to go in the woodlands. I want to go with some waterfalls and lakes. I'd love to talk about this and do that. But actually, the thing that's really important, I think, is still emerging. And like the blossoms yesterday we were talking about, I think there's something coming for me and maybe for you too, that's actually the thing that's really important beyond the money. I've got friends and clients, people I know, that have made a fortune because their businesses were set up for this kind of activities. I don't mean they were in the sort of arbitrage business. I mean they're there in a service business that still operates digitally. And as people go into the entrepreneur's revolution, they're needing help. They're needing coaching, web technologies. They're needing help with publishing, mindset, design, marketing. So those people are sort of having a good time in terms of able to do that and add massive value. And other people are having a nightmare. Their business was purely on live interaction, both the catering trade, some of the therapy trades that actually were hands-on, physiotherapists, that kind of thing. They're having a nightmare. They cannot do that work. And yes, you can do so much over Skype and over the web, but you can't have those same interactions. So that's going to be an interesting time ahead. And again, I think what's important and what comes next is to be seen. We were talking about strategic alchemy a lot in February, and what was happening with make3d.com and the World Expo. And the World Expo is really now pushed ahead a few years. We would say the Future World Showcase is going on now at a faster pace. People are more looking for solutions and more willing to actually inquire and be self-responsible and not just take that first data that they get given. And at the same time, there's still those same challenges of how do you communicate to, let's call it 50 to 100 different languages and cultures. And there are more than that on the planet. So how do you actually have those interactions? How do you prioritize what there is to focus on? And how do you let go of fixed paradigms, even good ones that work, to see something that might be better, more optimal in the future? Big questions, right? And it's just Saturday. So for me, it's been quite a quiet day. We talk about Saturday silence, having a day of quiet and calm, and gonna go back and do that again, have some time to really think and be present. I'm also doing some videos for some people I care about, I get to speak to right now. Some of them are working in frontline worlds, some of them are just in different places, not available to communicate at the moment with what's going on for them. So this is also part of my process, is sharing with them what's going on, what I'm thinking. And For those that are getting value from this, thank you. For those that aren't, that's okay too. I'm grateful I get a chance to do this and have learnt at least to speak a bit on camera. 20 years ago, I was very shy at speaking. I kid you not, you couldn't have paid me to do this. So now it's kind of paradoxical. I've actually seen that transfer, that journey, and I really quite enjoy it on the good days. And today for me is a good day. I hope you're having one. And if you're not, I hope you get enough hope, inspiration to know there'll be another good day in the future. That's what we have to work towards, right? Planning for the best and planning for the worst, getting ourselves down to zero, pause, stop, reset, getting ourselves back into that moment of what's next, one thing at a time, complete it, and then go on from there. So this is me in the garden. We're going to head back in now, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.